This is the craziest Lego leak I have ever seen, and if it's true, it'll change Lego forever, but maybe not for the better. Lego has never released a set that has cost $1,000 at retail. There are some sets that are worth well over $1,000 due to rarity or minifigures, etc., but never has Lego itself released one for that much. Currently, there are 2 sets that are tied for the most expensive Lego sets ever released. The AT-AT, I wanted that so bad, and the Millennium Falcon, which is currently available at retail, both cost $849.99. So the jump to $1,000 has seemed like a little far off, but it's been rumored for months now. I would almost argue like a year. It's been a while that there's been a $1,000 Lego set that will be coming out. And if you couldn't guess from the other 2, it's a Star Wars theme. It is the Lego Deathstar. For a while now, we've had the name, which is the UCS Deathstar, and then the price. And then we did get the set number, which is a unique number that if there was a mini version also called the Death Star, you could differentiate between the 2, and the piece count. I think the piece count came out pretty recently, but regardless, for a lot of Lego fans, including myself, unless you are seeing the actual picture of the box or the set, these kind of feel like things that can be pulled from thin air and then just used to start a rumor. And this has been pretty much a rumor until literally yesterday when we got this photo and this photo released. It's hard to tell 100% from the box, but it looks like it's already constructed, meaning it's gone through production, which means we're getting the set. Oh, also this photo. When looking through previous leaks, it was rumored to be releasing on October 1st, and when you look in the background of the second and the third photos, you'll see that some of these boxes are labeled as building toys, which to me signifies this is left Lego factories and now is being put into shipping centers to be shipped out to all the different Lego stores. So I kind of tend to believe that, yeah, we're probably getting it October 1st. If this was a January release, which, I mean, it could be, but it doesn't make sense to me why it would be sitting in these fulfillment centers and Lego would want to pay to have it sitting there for like 3 months before people can actually start ordering it. That just seems like a very unnecessary expense. So because we're seeing it now, to me, that makes sense. I would not be surprised, by the way, if this goes up for pre-order on the Lego website soon. Usually when we get leaked photos and leaked images, it goes onto that pre-order or the coming soon tab very, very quickly. So I wanted to get this out as quick as possible to tell you guys a few days in advance so you can prepare your wallets, because this one's expensive. I want to talk about some of the discussion in the threads talking about this set, because I think that there's some valid critiques. When you are looking at a $1,000 price tag, you expect a set to be pretty much perfect. There's 4 empty rooms. I'm sure the actual Death Star has tons of dead hallway space. Why does this $1,000 set have it? Which I agree. Someone else also said, shame they appear to be straight up reusing the dioramas of the throne room and the garbage masher, which actually, I mean, it does look like that, if I'm being honest. Some of these dioramas look a little bit reused here. Something I would love to see with this, and I don't know if we're necessarily getting it, but it would be really cool if it was a dome that opened up in half, if that makes sense. But based off of how this looks, I don't think we're getting that, and they're not going to make that change at this point. These images to me look really, really legitimate though. You'll notice a lot of the times when these are AI images that the text will be like the wrong font, and then also it's a little hard to see on this first photo, but definitely by the third photo, they always do the minifigure hands weird. Like they, you know how they're always like that, but sometimes it'll be longer and curled or back more, or the thumb longer instead of that perfect little sphere. I know I can't do it perfectly with my hand. That is because I have a human hand. But to me, this looks pretty legitimate, and I do give this like a 10 out of 10. We are getting this set. I feel so solid in that. Outside of that, because other people have been talking about the Death Star, I wanted to talk about some other leaks that are going on with Lego besides just the Death Star, because there's been a lot of leaks happening, but I feel like the Death Star is the only one that if somebody is covering it, it's the only one being covered. I don't know if that makes sense. But anyways, the build a minifigure. We just got 3 images leaked. So we have a mummy with a black cat. We have a witch and I believe a ghost or a ghoul. Lego's been going super hard into Halloween, and as an October baby, I am so here for it. I also just bought the, what is it called? Hold on. The Bricklink Adventure in Transylvania. So I definitely want to get some of these build a minifigures because I think I can put it into that set super cool. We did get an update on the Lego Ideas Willy Wonka factory, so I did want to share that. Its set number will be 21360, and it should cost $219.99 and have 2,025 pieces. It allegedly is going to be releasing on September 15th, 2025, and it will have 9 figures: Willy Wonka, Charlie Bucket, Grandpa Joe, Augustus Gloop, yeah, TV, Veruca Salt, Violet Beauregard, and 2 Oompa Loompas. The person who leaked this did think it was going to be $250 by the time it was released. A mid-month launch does happen, but it's pretty rare. I think we've only gotten one this year, and that was in May. So it could happen again in September, but for some reason, I'm a little doubtful about it. I'm going to give it like 7 out of 10, 6 out of 10, because I think some of these details are subject to change. I do think though the 9 minifigures are pretty likely to happen. If you aren't familiar with the way Lego Leaks works, is typically we will hear like a set number, a set name, and a price, and we'll get like a bunch of these at once, and then later we might get images. A lot of this part can be very subject to change, but I did want to point out one part that people were very excited for, including myself. If you wanted to look up specific categories, I'd highly recommend going to the subreddit Lego Leak to see more information. But for the Lego Disney, we are supposed to be getting 3 Pixar sets, and there's been a little bit of theories about what's been going on with that. People think it's going to be a big Lightning McQueen, which I'd be super excited about because we are supposed to get a Lightning McQueen, oh my gosh, words, a Lightning McQueen Speed Champions. So people think you're going to get a big and a mini, which we have definitely seen done before. But the big theories right now is it's going to be a Monsters Inc., an Incredibles, or a Cars set. So I'm pretty excited about that. The prices for those are going to be $49.99, $59.99, and $149.99. So very excited to see what happens with this. I think it's going to be really cool. I only have 2 more important updates before you are on your way to the next video. Our next one is on the collectible minifigures. Our next series will be coming out and it will be animal costumes. And we have specifically laid out what those will be. They will cost $49.99. Oh my gosh, $4.99 each. My brain is fried from looking at all these. Okay, the peacock, white cat, fish, monkey, frog, koala, Dalmatian, crocodile, dolphin, bunny, lion, and parrot. I think these definitely have the potential to be very cool, so I'm very excited to see that, and I'm hoping we'll get leaked images soon. Finally, we have a small Lego Pokemon update. I feel like they announced that forever ago, and we haven't seen anything, but these sets will be releasing early 2026. We only have set numbers and price for this one, but we have 72151 for $59.99 and 72152 for $199.99. So I'm very excited to see what these are going to be. I have a funny feeling we'll get a Pikachu somewhere in there just because that's like probably the best known character from Pokemon, but I'd also love to see some of the base starter Pokemon as well. All right, with all that out of the way, I just want to say thank you so much for choosing to watch my video. Out of all the videos on YouTube, I am a small channel, so your support really means a lot to me. Genuinely, thank you so much for choosing to watch my video, and I do a lot of set reviews, so if you're interested in that, please tap subscribe. And with that said, I will see you guys next time. Please let me know, are you going to get the Death Star or are you not? And I will see you guys next time. Bye!